Just a quick recap. Is everyone in the game? Just
Yep.
Yes.
okay.
I think
So
I'm in
Yep.
actually like purgatory right now. I don't see anyone else's names.
Yeah, I just see white. A very white screen.
that is because you guys
Zoom
turned
out.
into that.
If all you see is completely
Oh,
plain
there
You
we go.
white, zoom
realize
out a little.
there's no battle maps yet. That's good for you guys. Not bad.
Yeah, but the light is very bright.
The light, I killed
You
it.
said you had to stay in the Roll20 tab.
It's still
And, like,
very
You don't have to
bright.
stay in roll 20 tab. I just need you to be in roll 20 because now otherwise the music's fucking useless.
Oh yeah.
Okay then. So, as a quick recap, you had all come back. You're still inside of the festival originally, and after a little bit more wandering, um, Glaciel had found a much older slash new party member, Mr. M. Afterwards, you'd all mostly regrouped. Some of you were missing, and most of you had moved towards the main show, where you saw some very interesting stories.
And
Some
mimes.
yes, some very funny slash strange things. Among the things that happened outside of the main show, both V1 and Kairos got to meet a group of 3 mimes, and it went drastically different for each of them, making it so that Kairos has a new weapon.
Yes.
And
A
after
psychic
the main,
weapon.
after the main show, and due to a combination of Certain being well affiliated with Lady Trixie and Fern managing to catch the key off of the Red Cat, you had all managed to enter into a direct conversation with her. With at this point, her asking if there are any more people that you would like to bring here. And that is where we find Nu, who had just came back from a very interesting conversation and is now being escorted. Nu, is there anything you want to do as you are being escorted over to the main show, specifically backstage?
Oh no.
Nothing? Just complete
Nope.
silence?
Nope. Considering
Cool.
what just happened, definitely not.
Okay. I will say, as this is happening, Illyria,
Mm-hmm.
you are transported through the portal. You're discombobulated a bit. You don't know what's happened. It's pretty dark out. There are still festival games, but everything seems quiet. And in the distance, you do recognize a party member, and it is Nu. He is being currently escorted by either a spring or a summer Eladrin. You are unsure as to which one it is.
Am I able to follow them?
They're, let's say, 60 feet away.
Yeah, I'll
So
just
there's a
follow.
possibility.
Yeah, I'll just follow from behind.
Follow in what manner?
I will say in a stealth manner.
In a stealthy manner. Cool.
Yeah.
I would like for you to roll stealth.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, then. So, as you are following them, I'm going to quickly have to check if you beat anyone's passive perception. As you're following them, Nu seems to be led to the back of the main stage, where, well, the backstage is. And at that point, you see that there are a centaur and a elf standing in the back, seemingly holding guard. They look at the Eladrin, see that Nu's with them, and they just allow them in. What do you do?
Does it seem like Nu is in any danger?
No, he seems to be a hero of his own pretty well.
Is
Although
there
you
any
do
way
you do not know much about Nu, so you are all honesty, you aren't sure what's happening.
Is there any idea to get into it without having to go through the guards?
Roll for perception for me.
5.
You're looking around a bit. Firstly, you notice that there is a area at the top of the tent. You do not know exactly where this will lead. Other than that, it only seems like the guards are an option, and to climb the tent would mean to disturb the entire movement of the tent. So might be pretty difficult, and it is a solid 200 to 300 feet in the sky.
Illyria would just go towards the guards.
As you walk over, they stop you and say, "Name and reasoning." Specifically, the centaur.
I am Belmont. I am a friend of my. Well, my friend just got escorted in. And I was wondering if I could follow them in.
Friend, please do refer to this friend.
Friend. Their name is Moo.
They whisper something to each other. The elf steps in. I will say you knew you almost reached the rest, and knew you are told this, basically verbatim, that there is someone who is your friend. What was the name that you used again, Ollie?
Belmont. I just stole Belmont's name.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay.
That's the first thing that
And
would have come to their
You
name
are
head.
given that name.
Will have no consequences at all.
That will have absolutely no consequences.
Do I hear that? Please tell me I
What?
hear that.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
will
hear
say
that.
I will say that due to him showing up immediately, I will say that New has not reached the rest yet, and there is still maybe 20-30 seconds of walking between him and where you are talking to Lady Trixie. So, New, what does or Sameb, what does New do with this information?
He starts
Um,
chuckling to himself and just mumbling to himself. He's fucked when he finds out.
That he starts. Okay, so are you going to allow him in or no? Because from what you think, there is currently a fire wizard waiting permission from you to enter.
I think Nu would be smart enough to figure out that that's not actually fucking Valmont.
You know what? Roll for insight with advantage.
Alright, give me a second. Insight with advantage.
That was
That
very
would be
dictated
a
by
And even then,
24.
I will say this. Let me wait. What did you roll?
That's a 24.
That's really good. I was about to say if you get over a 20, you will know that it is a party member. If you get below a 20, but up to like a 15, you will be able to notice that this isn't Valmont, and anything below that, you will think it is Valmont. But I'll say this. You realize that this is a party member who seems to have chosen a terrible fake name. What do you do?
I let them in.
You tell him to let him in. I
Yep.
will say the elf nods to you, walks back, and tells the centaur something in their ear, and you are allowed in. And Nu, what do you say to the party as you approach? And the first thing you see around you are a bunch of people in different clothing. What's it called? It seems to be just like a combination of a backstage and a VIP area. The front is a massive, like maybe 9-10 foot woman that seems to be like a satyr, talking to the rest of the party.
As I approach, Nu just says,
Can anyone, tell the approaching guest to switch their name?
What do you
Approaching
mean by
guest.
switch their name?
Oh, you'll find out when they arrive.
That doesn't sound very good.
I'll say at this point, Illyria, you also approach alone.
Hey everybody, it's I, Belmont.
Voice
Oh.
cracks and
You
everything.
can see Glaciella is still drinking out of her milkshake, just chokes a bit.
I don't know.
And Kendall looks at you,
Rip.
looks at you like you're a complete fucking idiot.
and you can see
You
Lady
know it,
Trixie.
what?
Lady Trixie's tall enough to where she can look over the rest of you guys. So she
I
looks
draw my
at him,
pistol.
or she looks at her and just says, that's not your name."
Well, I am with Faye, so there's a 50-50 chance I give my name.
I'm
Well, two
well. I
names.
am only half. I am only half Fey, and I think that's a terrible name considering everyone just got a bit of a response. Illyria, isn't it?
Possibly. Possibly not.
I'm only half Fey, and that's only really used for, well, Lady Light and all of that. So I
Then-
wouldn't
then-
really.
Is it
Is
good to
this
give
one
our
of the-
names away?
This. I already know it. I don't think it really matters. And she'll turn to kindle Kairos Fern and say, are these two part of your little group?"
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. They are.
Curious.
And as you can tell, one is very dumb at coming up with other names.
What? Velmon's the first person I think of when it comes to names.
You could have
Not
picked
my
any
own.
name but his, idiot.
But it's the main person I hate,
s-
so I'll use their name.
I still don't know who that is.
I would not concern yourself with him, madam.
I'll take your advice for it. Speaking about you, you're the one who got the key, correct?
Yes, ma'am. That I did.
I will say she goes from being at like maybe a 10-foot distance. She walks up to you, and at this point you do realize genuinely her scale. It is impossible.
She is like twice my own height.
She is absolutely massive. It is impossible that she is just Fae, because you know the Fae. It is the only Fae that increase to this size are very specific hags and ents. And she is clearly neither. You can definitely notice there is a large part of her that is satyr. And you can also tell she simply looks at you and just says, "May I?" while sticking out seemingly her thumb sideways, pointing at your forehead.
Oh,
Say that again, because I just heard so.
sure,
Sure. Okay. Cool.
sure.
So as she notices this, you can see what's it called. There's nothing on her thumb, but as she paints markings on your face, she says, "I noticed that you were a druid of the same order as Cerdan."
That is correct.
Yes, well, their magic, although can be quite powerful, it can be kind of limiting. It's only limited to beasts. I helped to change that as she seems to, after she's done, and you all see as there seems to be these black markings around her eyes, from the top of her forehead down to her nose, as she seems to hold her hands together as if she's trying to warm up her hands, breathes into it, and then shoots them out into your face. And there seems to be sort of glitter. You don't feel the glitter, but you definitely do see it, and it shines brightly in your eyes. And I will say that you will now gain the ability, if we're in your wild shape, while changing to beast, you can also change to either a fae or a giant.
Oh,
And with this, you will also realize that the other half of Lady Trixie is some form of giant, which explains her increased size.
Yes.
I'll say she's the only one to notice this so far. And after she does this, I assume you spit a bit of fake glitter out from your face. She will kneel down to your height, or at least try to get down to your height, and sticks out her pretty massive hand with these red nails on. Just says, "The key, please."
Yeah, I'll hand it over. Here you are.
As she grabs the key, she barely grabs it with 2, maybe 3 fingers, and what's it called? Just grabs it, throws it onto the couch. The key itself doesn't do much. It's the act that matters.
I see.
So, my suggestion is you all come here, you rest for a day because, well, you have quite a long journey ahead of you. And after that, I will already have a caravan set up, and you can be on your way to wherever you choose. Oh, yeah, you do still need to make a choice. And she looks at Surdin, and he says, yes. And pulls out the map again. And says, there are 2 options. From here, we could either go to the Land of Vision, Land of Lady Light, or we could go to the Fractured Remnants. And although I don't know much about the Fractured Remnants, well, it's up to you where you want to go. And again, it is mostly pointed towards Kairos and Kindle and a bit of Fern, considering Fern is the one who knows more about the current landscape of the Feywild.
The only problem I have with the light domain is the fact that we have to use fake names, and one of us is using a name that's not supposed to be being used right now.
I want, considering Kindle is actively thinking about it, I want you to roll insight for me. Kindle specifically.
It's a
You can
15.
say something while she's rolling.
Yeah,
15,
Kairos has definitely been thinking that since no one has really seen the Fractured Remnant lately, probably best to go there first.
It could either be better or worse. But I will say this, Kindle, on a 15, you up until now have only heard a little bit. You don't know anything about this Lady Light. You haven't been told anything by Surdin or by Fern. Hell, even they clearly don't know as much as they seem to try to avoid the area. All you know is that they are in direct contradiction to the group that Surdin and Fern serve, which is the Everdark, and its leader, Lord Knight. So you're processing it in your head, and you believe that in spite of at some point you will have to go to the Land of Vision, it might be smart to first go to the Fractured Remnants and think from there.
I would mention this to Kairos and say the Fractured Remnants might be the best place to start.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
I will say this though, there is a bit of fear because you do not know this Lady of Storms, and this could go either way, and you are still dealing with Arch Fey, which could always be risky. So, has the decision been made?
I would ask
I
Fern
think
if she has
so.
any input.
She's clearly debating things because she doesn't know much about the Lady of Storms either. But she also know the other option was light. Was it so?
Yes.
Or was it
Yes,
night?
Lady Light, which you have not heard anything good about yet.
So it's either going into unfamiliar territory or to go someone she's never heard anything good about. She,
It seems to be from what you've seen, it's a very touchy subject.
Alright, so we're going to the Fractured Remnant.
And you can see as you say this to certain, he sighs happily, just saying, "Oh, thank the night," and just says, "Okay, good. I am also curious to see who this new Archfey is."
Really, I don't know much about her either. Just know she showed up a while back.
And you can also and then Lady Trixie also pipes up and says, "Yeah, she's very curious. She's really hasn't communicated with the rest of us at all. Storms seem to be running wild in the fractured remnants ever since. And well, I don't know much about her yet, no. Some extra bit of information. There seemed to also be a large Shadowfell gathering there. And Fern, I will say you immediately recognize the Shadowfell as the opposite of the Feywilds. And she continues by saying, specifically vampires, not just one kind. There seem to be, I think Dracula's castle is somewhere over there, and also a bunch of followers of Strahd, both human and vampiric. I would suggest you watch out for those.
Thank you for the warning. I'll keep that in mind.
You also do realize that after you are done with the fractured remnants, there's a very large chance you will afterwards go to the Land of Vision, considering the mountains are far easier into the Land of Vision than the Everdark, considering, well, the animals really don't do much carpentry work.
And tree.
And I will say at this point that she says, well, off you go now. These groups will show you to your separate rooms. I might come by for a short conversation. You are all very curious folk. And after that, I will see that you are on your way tomorrow. Is there anything anyone else wants to say before being escorted to their rooms?
Kindle would go to Illyria and be like, change the name before you get us all in trouble.
Oh, it doesn't seem no one knows who Velmon is here. So maybe I can
That is
get away
what
with
you
it.
think. For all you know, all the other realms might know him. Change the name.
Does Fern I assume that Fern notices this conversation? I want Fern to roll history.
History. Oh boy. Let's see, gotta find my skill.
Earth?
Yes?
Could Kairos also go up to Illyria and also
Yeesh.
Sage change the name, otherwise they'll hit them with their psychic hammer.
You could just do that.
That
what did you
almost
get?
went really well, but that's a 4.
That's a
Damn.
4. So as
I rolled
Your-
a 2.
Yeah. So you think to yourself for a bit about Falmon. He's a very new addition to your life comparatively to the rest of these people. Some of these have known his name for their entire lives. And he has always been since you met him, he was a very curious figure. To the point where you are always kind of unsure about him. And you think about it for a bit, and you do also think that it might not be that intelligent, but to make their name Valmon, but you have no proof of this. And okay then. Is there any response from Illyria after what Kairos said to them?
I will think of a new name then and figure that out. Just give me the night.
Okay. I will say everyone moves to their rooms. I will say that specifically New and Urshek are also here, but they're also in their own rooms. So they're not available.
You mean
to talk
Mr.
to.
N and Nurshek?
Not Mr. N.
News
thank you.
actually here.
I know, Mr. News is actually here. I will say that on the way, New and Crow, you guys are. Your rooms are next to each other, and you get a short moment to talk to each other. Is there anything you would like to say to each other?
What really are you? You're strange.
You don't want to
I've
talk.
seen you strange about me. I'm just me.
Hey, I know your little secret.
There's nothing to worry.
Well, considering what it is, you know what? Sure. Let's go with that.
And then I just go to my room.
Okay.
I'll do the same.
Two creatures baffled by their own craziness. And I will say, yes. And I will continue saying, so if we're going to follow Crow for a bit. Crow, as you walk into your room, it seems to have a balcony and everything. What do you do?
I'd like to sit outside on the balcony.
As you sit outside on the balcony, it's maybe 2-3 minutes. I will say you will hear a knock on the door.
Head over and open the door.
No one really behind it.
I'll take a couple steps outside and just look around.
Hey, before we
see-
continue with this, Earth, I have a
ahead.
question for you. What kind of items are in the rooms?
Hotel stuff. Soap and such.
Good planning.
Think of it the same thing that you would get at a inn or a tavern. But as you look outside, it's strange because you don't remember on the main tent seeing any balconies. But as you sit there, it is a balcony actively on the tent, which shouldn't be possible.
So
What?
if I were to use the fabricate spell, would I be able to turn everything in the room into chairs?
Let me look.
It's feeling nice. Turn the lights
Everything
into-
is made out of wood. Yes. Okay. So range 120 feet. Casting time 10 minutes. You could fabricate a larger or smaller object. How many? Because you can make one chair per cast because it's a larger, smaller object from a. How many times do you want to cast this spell?
So if it's one item, then can I just make one large chair out of all the items in the room?
You want to make one large size chair out of the stuff in the room.
Yup.
You could.
That is possible.
Description.
Now I would like for you to roll. I'm assuming you're doing this in the most secretive manner you can.
I mean, considering I'm in the room, then yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have you roll stealth with disadvantage because this is her place, but with advantage because you are in your own room. So I'll have it just be a straight roll.
Okay. So that's a 23.
A 23. We'll come back to you. I will say, Crow, as you check outside, man, there's maybe some of the party members talking, some people you don't really recognize. It's the same thing you've noticed the entire time. It is a lot of Eladrin folk. Some centaurs, some servitors, plenty of different groups. 95% are Fae. Honestly, you are the largest portion of people who are not Fae.
I'll turn back around and walk inside again.
You will see. Okay, so you look inside. You will walk back over to the balcony, right?
Yeah.
And as you walk over back to the balcony, you sit at the balcony. Life has been more dark very recently, more grim. The idea of losing people is starting to scare you more and more. And as the stakes increase, you're just sitting there. You're thinking, and in all honesty, you're kind of scared. You don't know this place. Some of these people you don't even know, but you don't want any of them to be hurt. And you also don't want any of them to know the sacrifices that you have made. So you just sit there in thought. You do not remember a moment in your past, outside of maybe one or two, where you have felt this sort of strange pressure. And as you are just sitting there, completely lost in thought, you hear next to you a deep voice, someone saying, "Well, someone seems to be brooding."
Hey there.
Do you wish to
What
look
did
at this
you
person?
want? I'm not gonna look. I'm just asking what they want.
I thought I had already given it to you. I thought this might be a good time. I do apologize for telling your secrets to the creature, but they seem to be more interested in keeping it to themselves.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about them of all saying something.
How is it that you are feeling?
Strange.
It's a bit new for you, isn't it?
Really is. What
Yeah,
is it,
I
mate?
knew that was going to. I knew that was going to happen, but we suffered the consequence of our actions. No, I might show up again once or twice to have a little bit of a conversation. I do find you to be curious, you and your little party, and no worries, they shouldn't be able to see me or hear me the same way you will. I just
Correct.
wanted to make sure you would know.
They're a curious group, and I'll make sure they'll always be fine.
You will certainly try. Now, if you'll excuse me, whoosh, you hear a blow of wind as astral particles to your right, where you were hearing the voice, seem to just disappear, fade into the wind.
I look to the side now.
Yeah. Whatever it was gone. And I will say at this point, considering you're the one making the fabricate, I'll say it's been half an hour and you've made your very large chair new. It is. Yes, I will say, due to the sheer amount of red wood there is, I will say that it could be very similar to that if you wish.
Fuck yeah.
You make a very
Great.
large sized chair. It literally sticks up directly into the ceiling, but it barely doesn't take onto it. I will say, due to you being able to hide well enough, it takes people a while before anyone realizes this. And what's it called? As I will say that at this point, as you hear a knock on your door.
Oh no.
Come in.
As you
Giggling.
it seems to be a winter ladron opens the door and says, "Housekeeping." Oh.
I don't think
No furniture,
housekeeping
not
is
just that
needed.
shit.
Do you think that has that been there since the start?
Yeah.
I
Roll
want you to
deception.
roll. I want you to roll deception with disadvantage.
Oh my god.
Oh, please be a high roll.
Bev, what are you doing?
They're rolling a straight d20 for insight, by the way.
Bev, get luck.
That's a 6.
Oh.
You are very lucky. She rolled a natural one.
That's D&D for you. It always
So-
happens.
Thank you, D&D, for the most
It's always
stupidest shit
with the
ever.
You look at the dice. You made this.
And
So
remember when I
she
crit
looks-
sliding down the stairs?
So she
Indeed.
looks. She does seem to believe you. Looks and says, "That is strange. Might have been there from the last guest. I'm just going to." She walks inside. She has like a red towel with the insignia of Lady Trixie on it. Puts it on the bottom part of the chair that's mainly used as basically a staircase up to the chair, and just puts her hands together, does a very small bow, and then leaves.
The fact that he got away with it.
He currently got away with it. He's not gonna keep getting away with it. And I want Kindle and Kairos. I want you to roll perception.
Great, okay.
What, for the chair?
Not for the chair, no. Where the chair chronicles are taking a short break.
Till we meet again.
14.
That is
14.
26.
I will say, you know what? With that, I will say you guys both noticed it. The DC was a 10. You guys both notice, again, because it is a very massive Satyr woman. Both of your rooms are situated on either side of Glaciel's room, and as you're inside, you could hear the frankly stomping of her. She does have massive hooves, and you can hear her knock, like these very small, quaint, like 3 little bits onto Glaciel's door. What do you do?
I would poke my head out.
You see, as a very large Satyr woman seems to be in active conversation with Glaciel.
I will join in on the conversation.
They seem to be talking about what Glaciel is. Specifically, her being a it took her a second. It did take, what's her name? Lady Trixie a second. And as she is talking about, I did notice that you are not like what I expected. You're not exactly a Ladrin. Oh. And what do you do, Kindle?
I mostly would have just poked my head out a little bit, saw that they were talking, and then gone back inside. It's none of her business.
Okay. Cool.
Wait,
You're okay, yeah.
That and Kairos is being nosy enough that she doesn't need to worry about it.
Okay.
While,
Matt?
while this is going on, can I cast Phantom Steed as a ritual? That's another 10-minute cast.
Okay, let me check real quick. So you're gonna cast that after the lady just left.
Yeah.
Man, what are you doing?
It is actually a 1-minute casting time. It has
No. As a ritual,
yeah.
as a ritual, it's a 10-minute cast.
As a ritual, it's 10 minutes. Oh yeah, because rituals. Yeah, that exists. Go ahead. Please do inform me what steed will end up being.
Just a horse, just a normal horse.
Okay.
Just a random horse.
Okay. We're gonna come back to that. So as you're talking, I am sorry. I was just asking. This one here. She seems to be. How do I say this? I haven't seen her kind before. To be respectful.
Yeah, from what we know anyway, is that most, well, all except for her are gone.
Dead. The word's dead.
Yeah.
And you can see as Trixie notices this, and just she seems to very meekly run two fingers across Glaciel's face and just says, "You don't have to worry. You have a bright future ahead of you. You will go to hell and back for those you care for. You'll end up with strange people, people you don't expect. But it's always better than being alone. Remember that." And Glaciel just looks at her and nods. And then she turns to you, Kairos, and says, I'm sorry, I am strangely forgetful for someone who has the ability to see the past and the future, but have I told you about your little, how do I say this? Buddy's not the correct word. Your champion inside of the Fractured Remnant?
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have a favor for a friend, or at least someone who used to be a friend. Your God's champion is one of the people I tried to take care for. And he seems to be looking around inside of the remnants. He'll answer some questions for you, but he seems to be looking for an answer to his own question. It was something I couldn't help him with. My thought, maybe considering you're actually in service to the god of time, you might be able to.
Well, I will try my best.
Thank you. Now, there are some other curious members that I still haven't spoken to of your little group.
Yeah.
I'll cross by them eventually. And I'll say at this point, she just waves to you two, and you go back to your rooms, correct?
Yep.
I will say this, considering that she has already spoken a solid amount to Kindle, she's probably completely fine with her current information on Kindle. But she'll move on to the next room, which is Illyria. And again, she'll do the three little bits.
Illyria will just come to the door and just open it. Hello?
Hello.
If I get you a bit taller than a normal person, would you like to come in?
That would be great.
Yeah, take a seat. Oh.
Okay. She looks around and
Did you find that, man?
well, there is no place for her to really sit. She says, "No, that's unnecessary. I just had a quick question. Who is this person you all keep talking about? I'm sorry if I'm overly curious."
Oh, Velmon, you refer to.
That doesn't ring a bell. I can't see much into any of you. It's only really over the top. Who is this? You all seem to have had a bit of a reaction from him.
Yes, Velmon is. Well, all of us have different interpretations of them. I believe they are of something of a malicious intent. My family and my people I knew were killed because of them. because of their actions. So I naturally, hunt
Your
out
goal is
their
revenge?
Not
Seems to cut you off.
revenge. Revenge, not really, but to just make them see the pain they caused. Especially now having to fix what happened.
I can see it in your eyes. It's strange. You do want them dead.
Death is what they deserve, but it's too good for them, and I know I'm not capable of causing it.
You will be. I don't know what you will choose when the day comes. The revenge can be quite consuming.
May I ask a question though to you?
Go right ahead.
You say you're able to see the future, correct? And the past.
How do I explain it? Think of it as I can maybe think of it as a box. Inside of it is some kind of liquid. When I try to see the future, I shake the box around a bit, sometimes a little bit spills. I can only see a very small amount. I don't see the full picture.
Could you possibly tell, if you could, why did Velmon cause the event that took place in my clan?
I will have her roll Arcana. She looks at you a bit, sighs, and says, I'm sorry, I don't know. I truly.
Thank you for trying, though.
So she uses Arcana to see the future and the past. Oh, that would be quite useful for Nu.
To a certain extent, but the way that she did it, Meb, you were there. She didn't explain that to you yet, did she?
Nope.
We'll get there. And I will say after this is she will walk over, she'll walk outside after saying a short goodbye. It's Fern's room, but I'll say that she's already spoken enough to Fern. And she will knock on to V1's room.
Yeah? Who's there?
It's the madam.
Oh. I hurry over to the door. Hello.
Hello. I'm just trying to get a short understanding of all of you.
Yeah, any...
You... how do I say this? You don't really have the same... You have a similar goal to only one or two of the people here.
Yeah.
Aren't you a resident of Hell?
Supposed to be.
And that means?
To just be, like, brief, I got kicked out.
And
But,
you want to go back?
Yeah, it's where I belong.
Are you sure?
From what I've been told all the way up to here, yeah.
Well,
All of your actions
from what
are
I've seen
reflected.
up until now, your interactions with the Feywild, I don't think this place is the where you belong comparatively. I will, though, say, and she looks at you a bit, tilts her head. She's trying to pry deeper, and just says, you'll get the chance. I do see it happening.
Glad to hear it.
I do suggest patience.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll say at this point, she's realized a bit of your dismissive tone. Yeah, she feels that's not intentional, but it feels like it's a touchy subject and just says, who knows? Maybe home is a bit closer than you think. Good day to you.
Good day to you too.
And I will say that she continues on to newsroom and knocks on your room.
Oh no.
And she opens the door. You can see immediately she looks in and just immediately she sees you. She sees the chair. She sees the horse. And the strange part is she seems mostly looking at the horse. And just says, I haven't seen one of those in maybe 400 years. And what's your response?
Well, you saw one just now.
Are these all your creation, or were they already here?
This is my creation. The chair was already here.
I want you to roll again, deception and disadvantage.
Oh,
And she will roll with a +5 at advantage. So
It will be very funny if they get away
Good
with this.
freaking luck.
I got a 2.
you got it too. Okay.
No.
So she seems, and for the first time, she's giving like for a what's it called? A her face shifts to just a, you know how when a mother knows her child is lying,
Oh God.
Oh.
and she just closes her eyes a bit and just says, "I would have expected more from the elder of the group." Yeah, kind of like that. And that is not one of my chairs either. I know my chairs. And I also know this may be the Feywild, but there's no way in any area of the Feywild that has been brought in there like this. That thing is not separatable. You made it to have no separatable parts, and even if it was separatable, every single one of the parts are bigger than the door.
How would you know? Have you been to every part of the Feywild?
I've been to every general place. Yes.
Magic to shrink it?
Do you have any idea how old I am?
No.
Do not answer that question.
Do not answer that.
What
Do not answer
what
that.
did New say? Wait, what did New say?
Hey, you look about a couple of thousand years old.
And she just say, that's strangely accurate, although quite insulting.
Even though I might not have eyes, I can tell.
Yeah, I noticed that. You are very curious. You're the second one of your folk that I've seen talk.
No, after this long, it's kinda just happens.
I don't think it's happened before. Never mind. Please do. Well, if you're able to make the room look like this, you should be able to make it unlook like this. Please do that before you leave.
What? You can have this masterpiece if I leave it.
I'm going to say this in those respectful fashion. I have better chairs.
Oh, roasted.
Can I persuade them to keep the chair?
I would.
Roll persuasion.
That's 20. That's
I'll
20.
allow
Let's go.
19.
She rolled a 12. She rolled a 12. Okay, I'll do this. What part of the room did you use to make the chair?
Well, I did say I used the entire contents of the room to make the chair.
You cannot like there is still a room. Like to make a chair that big, you would not need all the contents in the room. Because depending on what you pick, I might force you to roll a disadvantage.
Let's say I just used the bed and some.
If you use the bed, it's fine.
The bed and one what is it? One cabinet next to the bed.
And one chair.
Yeah. If you are fine with sleeping without a bed, why not?
I'm fine.
Well, yes, chair for me.
And then I'll say that she just, by far out of everyone, she's by far the most confused when it comes to you. And just says, good day. And I'll say that the horse whinnies back. And she just looks weirded out. And meekly goes out the door.
The bullshit you're allowed to get away with in D&D, everyone.
You're allowed to get away with high enough of your rolls and low enough of their rolls.
I'm just imagining them walking out like this.
Yeah, basically. Do you realize they already have their eyes are just glowing, so they're just pure red. So you don't really can't really see their eyes, but the rest of their expression looks very similar to that. And you can see, yeah, before going to the final member of the group,
Hey.
yeah, you can see before going to the final member of the group, she just, I don't know if anyone else is in the hallway. She just sits there for a second, processing what just happened. Then you somehow managed to make
how
someone
long has it
called
been?
late.
Out
Yeah,
of curiosity.
40 minutes.
I think at this point Kindle would actually be out of her room because she can't find sleep.
Okay, you can just see her as the massive satyr woman in the distance walks out, looks confused, accepts it, and leaves. And I'll say this, that you know a little bit about the Feywild, and you know that if someone managed to confuse an Archfey, you don't want to go in that room.
Kendall was just
Especially
going to say under her breath that was probably due.
Yeah. No, you know that it's new.
I'm just imagining Kindle seeing the fucking Archfey, seeing their confusion and being like, nope, fuck that.
Do realize this is someone who actively supports a clown card that has the capability of releasing literally dozens of clowns. And a trapeze that has no gravity.
And
I'm
mimes that can make
confused by a
random things
chair.
appear.
Yes. Yes. And the mimes are and the mimes that are the mimes. Seem to
And
be one of the
somehow
scarier
defeated
things. Here.
by Moo and a chair.
Mine's a goddamn
And a horse.
man.
Don't forget the horse.
And the horse, of course.
And the horse. No, she's
Don't
far more
forget the
confused
horse,
by
of course.
She is far more confused by the horse than the chair, because she has not she sees chairs on a daily basis. She has not seen a horse in a couple hundred years. This is the Feywild. There are no normal horses. They don't live here.
The closest you get is centaurs, I believe.
Closest you get is centaurs. Imagine, how would I say this? Imagine seeing a lion with the head of a squirrel. That's what you just saw.
You knock on a door, someone says come in. What's the last thing you expect? Some tiny fuck sitting on a giant chair next to a horse.
I just imagine it sitting. Yeah, okay. Honestly, Roth from Warframe on his massive fucking throne. That's how I imagine you sitting on it.
I love it.
That's how I imagine.
I love it.
Oh god.
I love
Okay. So I think Lachlan's gonna vomit. So I'm gonna go to the last member. And as she goes over to Crow, she knocks on your door. These are not the same knocks though as the ones that you've just heard, Crow.
Come in.
Again, it's one of them is just like a person, the other one's three little bits, which
Yeah,
as she opens the door, she crouches down to go into it the same as all the others and just says, "Well, you are the last person I am speaking to, thankfully. I was just curious.
But what?
You seem vacant.
I just need some time to think. Silence, preferably.
You don't seem like the kind for silence. And she looks at you, and it's as if she has a realization in this moment. Oh. You'll die to save them all.
You're right.
She looks down. She's not expecting to end this night on a sad note. And just says, I can't guide people. I've never been good at it. But what I can do is say this. The earlier you accept it, the less it'll hurt. Just keep that in mind.
You just
Don't-
remain silent.
You can see she goes to say something else and says, "You know what? No." And leaves. Not expecting how this night would go. You've somehow managed to shock an archfey. I am impressed.
And made them slightly depressed.
Yeah, no, that does not seem to be as difficult, considering that she is a
We should
satyr,
get a
and
trophy.
satyr are creatures driven by fun.
We should give Meben a trophy for confusing an archfey.
I
Yeah,
don't think we should reward this
Let
type
them
of
keep the
behavior.
horse.
I think no, actually, I think the braver should be punished, not rewarded.
The frostburn.
So okay,
That's something good.
yeah. So I will say, by the way, Sky, I need access. So I will say that you guys all go to sleep. Is there anything anyone would do in this specific time that would be outside of simply laying in your bed / slightly larger than normal chair to go to sleep?
He would Kairos would probably have a look, have a walk, and probably go
Thank you.
see how New is doing.
Hey, I have a question. After the Archfey left my room, would it be possible for me to cast Lemon's Tiny Hut as a ritual?
What?
Say that again. I'll do something.
Would it be possible after the Archfey left my room? Would it be possible for me to cast Lemon's Tiny Hut as a ritual?
Tiny hut.
Yeah.
I need to read
That's
through
well,
it. Raymond's
It
Tiny hut.
basically creates a dome around you that nothing
Yes.
can go into.
Okay, so
Tiny
here's the.
shelter.
It lasts 8 hours. It does. Okay, so I'll say this: due to the chair being in the middle of the room, I will say you do not have the space to do this.
No, but I'm sitting on the chair. It would be going around the chair.
The chair is touching the ceiling. That's the thing.
It's a fucking 10-foot radius fucking hemisphere.
Yes, and it's a 10-foot tall chair. Because that is the base requirement to make a large thing needs to be around 8 to something, or like basically needs to be 5 by 5, which is 10 feet. So it's a 10-foot tall, 10-foot wide chair. So
In other words,
unless you
it's a massive freaking
either
chair.
move the ceiling, unless you move the ceiling or move the chair, you're gonna have to figure out something.
So
And
I
either you have to
can't-
move the chair down or move the ceiling up.
So I can't fucking surround the chair by this aura of light that just keeps changing color.
No, you cannot. But without taking other measures first.
You have to do something beforehand.
Then I won't cast-
On note of not this,
Okay.
Kindle is feeling a bit restless, so she's just going to walk around until she feels a bit more tired.
I don't
I
think
will
V1.
yeah.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Say
you...
that? Go ahead.
Oh, wait.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I don't think V1 would like particularly sleep. He would probably just like reflect on what Lady Trixie said.
Okay.
Like,
I would say Kindle as you walk around. You're thinking this is wild. This is new. You've never been to the Feywild. You know this is the origin of your people. Although you haven't heard much good about the origins, but you haven't honestly heard much about the origins. You also do know this might be a refreshing experience for Glaciel, and that there might be a possibility of a new adventure. You don't know how long you're willing to follow Kairos, considering what Kairos is saying could take a very long time. And there is still always that reminder of the locket on your chest. If there is anything, any proof of it, it would be here. Which is another reason that this place might be good to look in. As you walk through the massive tent, it's recognizable, but it's emptier now. There's still people. There's always someone talking at the end of the hallway. Lady Trixie seems to be properly gone. And there's always the sound of festivities outside, later festivities to be specific. And it does always give you a short time to think. You do think this might be the last moment of proper rest you might have for a while. And in spite of you being restless, you know it'll be difficult to sleep. You still do at some point decide this could be the last time I will have a proper bed. Might as well make the best of it. Unlike New, who may turn it into a chair. Now, I will say this. As you all rest, a lot of you reflect on your day, and the one who reflects the most positively is Fern, of course, considering her new power. And due to that, Fern, I will give you a point of inspiration.
Ooh.
And you will all be considered to have a long rest, if that is at all necessary, specifically for you, Meb. Considering you're first getting hit by neurotoxin and then using multiple spell slots. Actually, no, single spell slot, but it is for chair.
And horse.
I will say,
No.
actually,
horse
I
is a
will say
ritual.
this. I'll say this about yours, Meb. I quickly just what would you roll for that? Survival? Roll survival.
Please
For
sleep
what?
on that
What?
chair.
Roll
Roll.
survival.
Oh god.
Don't question
I know
the
it's a lot scary. It sounds a lot scarier than it is.
17.
17. Okay. I'll say, in spite of
Is it
the
this?
completely wooden chair, you are still able to sleep fine. Okay. So you all wake up. You gather your belongings. You barely set up anything outside of one of you.
Wait, imagine I got a nat 20. I would have had the best sleep ever.
You would have had the greatest nap on a large wooden chair. Nev chose some strange
Question.
spells.
Question: how big is the place where they sit?
What do you mean? The place where they were originally sitting? Are you talking about
No,
new,
how big
or are you
is the
talking about Lady
seat?
Trixie?
How big
The
is the
seat is-
seats?
The seat is
where
10
your ass
feet.
sits?
Oh, how big is that?
Yeah.
What's it called again? I'll say 7 by 7.
He made a big ass
Technically,
chair.
It's a big ass
technically,
chair.
It would be possible for him to, at least, he would be able to lay down like a dog on it.
It is almost too big for Lady Trixie. This is why you need to really think. There is a massive difference between a medium and a large creature. This is proof of it.
Wait. If I transfer back, I would be able to sleep just fine.
Probably.
Me
But
probably. I'm definitely able to.
I wouldn't
am-
suggest doing that here.
Yeah, no,
I am still
completely
very
agreed.
much confused on what Meb is, but
I am very baffled you guys haven't figured it out yet.
I'm pretty sure he's a mimic. Maybe.
I will say it again. You can ask him. I don't care. I'm not gonna
What
tell
are
you shit.
you, Meb?
Okay, I
something.
said that's the character, not the prick.
It breaks in a different campaign.
Okay, so I will say this. You guys will wake up, you prepare to go, you meet outside, and I will say that, again, she, for someone as big as Lady Trixie, she seems to just show up out of nowhere. And I will say that as you guys are all, almost everyone's here, you guys are all largely talking, and said, I had to come here anyway to pick up something, as she looks again at New.
Hey, wait, before we do this, before I left the room, would it be possible for me to cast Phantom Steed and just ride out with a tiny pony?
Okay, roll acrobatics.
Give me a second, let me find that.
Please, this is gonna be the funniest.
Fuck, 7.
7.
No.
I will say that you, what's it called? Right before this moment happens, I'll say she's looking in news direction. The newsroom is the only person who hasn't seen their show now up. I will say that she's looking. You will all hear the whinnying of a horse, just do 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 do, and a short bit of galloping until you hear a bonk as New hits their head at the top of the door frame as they ride out. The horse runs forward a bit, doesn't hit the wall, looks back, and you just see New's legs. What's it called? New's legs, and just a unholy noise that you do not recognize as New's voice, followed by New saying "ow."
Tiny horse, big chair.
Sky, Sky, can you make that so it shows up in an actual room?
I think you all need a to take care of your elder.
No, by chance, did you have it? What did you do that caused the Archfey to look confused?
And
You can look into the room if you want.
yes,
Okay.
looks into the room.
You realize
there
why
a
she is
chair?
confused.
There is no bed, just a big chair.
How did you get a giant
Is the
chair? when you
horse
said-
still there, or is the horse gone?
The horse
Well,
is
no,
still
the-
there. It is
No, the
sitting
horse is
there
all-
looking
horse
at
is long
New
gone,
laying
so
on the
you-
ground.
How is there? No, how did you get a horse in here?
Magic.
He's not lying.
Wait,
That's
I'm
gonna
that's
question
how you
it.
look at owning
I'm
as
just
well.
gonna
This is
say
perfect.
that Glacial looks inside, and
There you go, man.
yeah, Glacial looks inside and says, "Oh, use fabricate."
And we, well, Madame, can we take the horse with us if you don't want it?
It's not my horse.
Yeah,
Can
you'd
I
ask
roll
do
animal
that one.
handling to? Can I roll animal handling to lure the horse outside the room?
It'll only listen to you if New wants it to listen to you.
you're
No,
going
can we?
Okay, yeah, I'll say that if New wants it to listen to you, it listens to you.
Yeah, I would just grab it by like the rails and just start like walking it out the room into like
I roll for
outside.
acrobatics.
Acrobatic. Oh, this is good. 28.
Oh boy.
28. I'll say you're able to ride it much better than you did.
I don't know why I would use acrobatics. I feel like that would have been animal handling.
I don't know, it's animal handling to make the horse listen to you, and it's acrobatics to make sure you don't hit your head on anything.
Well,
The horse is fine. It's a phantom steed. This one listens.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm just
and I'll
gonna
say-
walk outside in a horse, so.
I will say before you guys head to your carriage, Lady Trixie seems to stop you and Kindle, or Kindle and Glacial, sorry. And just says, wait, before you two go, and you both, I assume, turn around to her. Nobody?
Mhm.
Just a suggestion, might help you out later. I would suggest you give it back to her. And as she looks at Glacial, I will roll persuasion at advantage. She makes that. I can see Glacial meekly seems to go into her bag of holding. Yep.
And this whole time,
They call
Kindle
it
just has tilted her head and is like confused.
She seems to pull out the horn that you used to summon Valmon with,
When did
and
you?
gives it back. I don't know if you should be mad at her. She did save your life with it.
I wasn't bad. I was more curious.
When you got found out, I called him. When we were in hell.
Kindle hooks the horn back onto like her belt where it normally is and just pats Glacial on the head.
When
Glacial's
it's
no idea
done,
what
the
we're
guy
doing.
just watched the cleanup map.
Glacial is surprised by the positive response and just smiles. I'm just gonna say this. The only reason you guys are all still alive is because Glacial rolled a nat 20 on sleight of hand to steal the horn and then rolled an 18 to blow it without anyone seeing it.
Or hearing it, apparently.
Or
Yeah.
it doesn't make any noise unless Valmon is unsummonable.
Earth,
Yes?
how long does the horse last for?
I have it open. 1 hour.
Okay, so I cannot just ride it over to the.
Yes, you
Then
can.
it would have the horse that the horse that was
He summoned
inside
a new
and-
horse. He summoned a new horse.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just writing the new
This is a
horse to our
separate horse.
destination.
This is horse numero dos.
So you,
Yes,
so
I
Meb,
you're
am.
wearing,
Meb
so you're
wasted.
riding a
Actually, no, it's a
pony.
ritual. It's fine. It's,
Yeah,
It's a
ritual.
ritual. I didn't waste anything.
This is why Meb loves ritual casting because he doesn't like resources.
Exactly.
Meb is playing D&D like his Warframe.
I am just riding a pony to our destination.
Yeah. And I will say this. You guys will all just go over to the fractured remnants,
Hey,
right?
before that, with the interaction they had about the horn, was New anywhere nearby?
Oh no.
I'll say you were still trying to stand up from your massive head dent.
Did I see the horn?
Yes.
Did I detect anything from it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll say this due to how high your arcana is, you know its purpose. You know it's a summoning horn, and don't know who they're summoning it with, but whoever made this clearly knew what they were doing.
Would I be able to decipher on how I could remake this?
For that, you'll
Oh.
roll arcana, but you know what? Considering how high your arcana is, I'll say to know the exact person, you have to make it 30.
Okay, I'll roll Arcana.
His arcana is a plus 14, so there's a really good
Jesus!
chance he makes this.
It's not
Damn.
a plus 14, it's a plus 17.
It's a plus 7.
Oh.
That's
sorry.
even better.
He is a
Ah,
very, he used a feat for this. I think it's fair.
31, barely.
31 by some miracle. I will say
The
you do
lowest you can roll is a
recognize-
14 for Arcana.
I will say that
No,
due
not
to
even that.
the smell of ashes that you can smell off of it, are able to recognize this as what they have consistently used to summon Valmon.
Would I be able to recreate this?
You are not an artificer,
Oh man.
but you could tell an artificer how to make it.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
uh-oh.
Oh,
But if they are faulty, there are consequences.
Oh shit. You know
This is
what?
a-
I'm fine with that.
And in all honesty, I'm just gonna say this: New is fucking terrified of Valmon.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna use it anyway. I just want to know if I
This
can.
is This is the one time where I'll actually say New's not gonna do something stupid because they are too scared.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I will say this: as you guys all go to the caravan, is there anything anyone wants to do before they start riding off?
Can I
Yeah,
do we have a
any-
Oh
Are we
yeah,
able to
I
have
would. Give me a
multiple
second. Let
maps?
me. What is it?
of the land?
Say that again.
Are we able to have a second map of the land so we can split up?
I gave you guys a map, but the issue is that it is quite unclear. It's in maps. It is the lands of the Feywild, and it is the bottom left area. The issue is I cannot send a higher quality version because it's flat out does not want to work. Because I need Discord Nitro. Let me just say it like that. So I will say, you guys all, is there anything else anyone wants to do before they leave? I'll say Sturden is also caught up to you and will probably join one of the caravans. There seems to be let me quickly grab this. It is a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carriages. Proper carriages with a couple of extra gear with you.
I would like to cast Mage Armor. Magic Armor, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Mage armor, I think it is.
I believe it is Mage
Nyara.
Armor, yeah.
So that would increase my AC from 13 to 15
Wait, so is
Okay.
there
for 8 hours.
They want to be less.
Does-
8 hours.
each of us get one room or is
Okay,
it shared?
Now I will give you guys one of two options. Either we keep going for half an hour, or we keep going, or depending on how long that half an hour actually is. Or we stop now, and I will give the explanation to the combat I will. If we continue for the next half an hour, I'm fine with giving the explanation afterwards.
Happy to do continue.
I'm fine
All
with
is for
either.
continue. No, nobody's fine with either.
Yeah.
Meb.
I'm fine with either.
So do we continue?
Sure.
Yep.
Doesn't
Sure.
seem like anyone's outright saying no, so.
Onwards,
Okay.
my noble steed.
So
That'll only last
I
like 30
want
minutes more.
Illyria to. I want Illyria to roll Arcana.
Ah, shit.
It's my Arcana.
Shit. Shit.
But it's my Arcana.
I
I
am
think it is either a negative or.
I hear Arcana. I am desperate.
Not you.
15?
And not you. You don't get to roll every Arcana check.
15?
Or does he?
15? Survive?
15.
God, mine
enough.
would have been so much higher.
Meb would want to deceive him. Or deceive her, sorry.
Oh, yes.
Oh, am I rolling? Oh,
Yes,
that's a roll.
roll at disadvantage. So roll another one for me.
Is this to see how long the horse lasts?
This is to see if Illyria realizes how long the horse
Again,
lasts.
15. Double 15.
15. Okay, I will say that as you are approaching what's called the end, you're just sitting there, you're thinking to yourself, and suddenly at the end you realize, oh shit, this isn't a real horse, and I want you to roll acrobatics.
28.
28. I will say you are barely
Okay,
able to
sir.
jump off and land on your feet as the horse simply fades, and you can see just, in spite of New wearing a mask, you can see that New is disappointed.
You hear a chuckle.
Yeah.
75% opacity is 0.
At this point, I'll say that you guys are about halfway out of the festival. This festival's a lot bigger than you expected. I will say you guys will go to largely south, following the trail. I not have much better music than this, so this is what we're going to be using for now. It is a bit stressful, so I'm going to turn it down. There. So I'm going to say the land switches quickly. Suddenly there is a moment where it goes from the red-orange sand you have gotten used to a much darker black, gray, some white sand and gravel. On each side of this path, there are mountains stretching outwards, far larger than any of you, including you, Crow, had ever seen in the material plane.
Okay, I was about to say.
I heard something, but I'm just gonna ignore that.
Whoops.
As you all continue forward, this place feels different. It's not as festive or comedic as the usual. And in all honesty, in this place, you know a couple of things. The harbor is probably a safe place to rest. Specifically, it's called the Harbor of Waterdeep. Which you'd also to remember that there is a Waterdeep in the real world as well, so it does confuse you for a second. And you know that the lake, you specifically, Fern, you know that the lake is often used for fishing for many exotic fish. And you know that it is also very connected to the Shadowfell. You don't know how, but this is by far the closest place. And you know that in construction of this area of the Feywild, every single piece is used for something by someone. Except for this place. It is where every single piece that no one is interested in goes. Which is why it is also called what it is, the Fractured Remnants. The sun here, it rarely shines. And the night here can get so dark and misty you can't even see your hands in front of you. But thankfully, it is daylight. So you all, somewhere
For
reach the
now.
end of the path. Say that. Go ahead.
I said for now.
Yeah, for now.
We don't know
At
how
some
long
point.
that's gonna last.
It reaches about 4 p.m. as you reach the lake, and you know that if you simply follow it, you will at some point reach the harbor of Waterdeep. And you think that that is smart because Fern and Certain have both told you this is by far the smartest place. You also know there is a goblin fortress pretty nearby,
Ooh, goblins.
which might be an option if any of you have good relations with goblins. So unless someone could think of it, that's also an option. I just wanted to lay it out on the table.
No.
What?
Would a
Basically, there is 2 options right now. There's a goblin
Are they
fortress,
cold?
and there is a harbor where you guys could probably find a nice little tavern.
Earth, would the core be good? Would the core as a species be good relations with the
No,
goblins? Okay, so
absolutely not.
Do I
So I
happen to sense
cannot
any
go near the
magic from the Goblin Fortress?
No.
Then I have no reason to go there.
You are far too far away, and these are goblins, Meb.
Then I have no reason to go there.
To Waterdeep we go.
I don't think we're
Go on.
going over there. I think we're just heading straight to the harbor.
Yeah. Who knows?
I will
Maybe there'll be 2 goblins in a trench coat in the harbour.
Come on.
I will say
Oh,
as you
gosh.
go to the harbor, and you can see this place has a lot of tritons, a lot of elves, couple of people more that seem too grim looking for your perspective of the Feywild. A lot of Fey. Nah, it's just a bunch of races you weren't really expecting from the Feywild. It feels strangely like home. If you didn't know where you are, there is a decent chance you would have expected this to be nighttime in Waterdeep inside of the material plane. And you see a tavern called the Place of Normality. Very strange name for the Feywild. The tavern also serves as an inn. It's been maybe 6 hours on your trek, and that's not the dangerous part. The dangerous part is that it might become nighttime soon.
I believe it is best for us to stay here for the night.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Most
You all go into
certainly.
the tavern?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay then.
Is there perhaps
As
an
you
artifact?
all walk into the tavern, I will say that the mood kind of changes. It is much smaller than most taverns that you're used to. At least largely. It's still clearly a pretty big place. At the front, you can see a man polishing a glass, a woman who seems to be serving some weird looking stranger, although it's the Feywild. It doesn't really surprise you. They seem to be of some human. The man and woman are both human, which genuinely does surprise you. And the person there also seems to be human, but I will say the more arcanely adept of you and the warlocks of this party will recognize them as a Hexblood. They seem to be rough, but they seem to also have strangely kind intentions.
Okay, that's cool and all.
Okay.
Does he happen to be here?
Does who?
You know, the one I was talking to before this session.
No.
Nah, man.
You're not going to see him bloody everywhere. I'm going to space it out, Neb. It's not going to happen after every session. Okay, so, and I would say as you walk in, you can see The man has a little tag seemingly scribbled on the front of his vest, saying Malin as a name. And in all honesty, this is the first time you guys have seen a human since entering the Feywild.
Are they working there, or they just sit, or they a customer?
They're working there, but you can notice from their attire it is very much above a simple bartender. You assume that this might be the owner or a manager of some sort. And he notices you walk in and says, "Well, hello there. What can I get for you?"
Can we, by chance, get some rooms for tonight?
Somewhat.
Rooms to stay the night.
He looks at you all, counts a bit, and says, "Well, we only have 4 rooms, so if you are all
We
fine
don't
with
mind
sleeping
bunking
together."
up with each other.
Yeah. Just
Alright,
do
then
not
that'll
put me
be-
with I will no moo.
That'll be fine. I'll have, and he snaps towards her. Honey, could you please set up some rooms for them? And you can see she nods and goes upstairs. As she goes upstairs, you can see 2 human children run down, 1 boy, 1 girl. They run down the stairs, almost bumping into their mother. One of them seems to be running away with seemingly some sort of stuffed bear, but its fur's completely white, while the girl who seems to be a bit older seems to be chasing. And you can see she rushes up, seemingly just focused on her current task. Malin seems to look at the children and say, now, and just looks at them in a more calm down kind of way. They all look at you, look at the strange man, but this is the Feywild. It's very normal for people to look like this. So they just all look, oh, okay, and just sit down, start playing with the toy. Glaciel seems to look at you. One of them's maybe 10, the other's 8. And she seems just be looking at you, Kindle, sort of as permission to maybe try and play with them.
Kindle nods.
Alright, and I'll say Glaciel goes over and sort of uses magic to almost convince them to what's it called? Play with them. As she almost sort of is able to make their toy dance, which to everyone does seem like a pretty cool trick. Specifically to you, Nu, looks like it's just a party trick to you. It's all it is. You could do the same. And Nu, I'll say this due to your how do you work? I will say that you will also mentally, you'll never stop yourself from almost having in your head, I am better than this child at this. In spite of you being a 400 years old and her being 14.
Well, no, I stopped counting at 400.
Exactly, it's not counting 400. But it's probably somewhere around that.
Turns out he's 1,000.
Maybe. You'll figure it out eventually. And I'll say that Malin then stops, says, "What neat little band you have here. Is there anything you all would like to eat, drink, maybe?"
Could I have some birdseed and a glass of vodka?
I'll add that up for you. And you'll look at Crow and nod as if sort of, do you want the same?
No.
No? Okay, cool. So I'm sorry if it was offended. We don't see bird folk much here. Speaking
Sounds like
of,
some kind of
we don't see children around here much. Seems like you're all taking care of an Eladrin.
Kindle would
Eladrin?
say not Eladrin, but close enough.
My eyes deceive me then. All right then. I'll have your room set up. Yeah, simply write down the list of the meals you would like, just to spare my wife some trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It should
Uh,
all be set up. I do assume you'll be able to pay, but it shouldn't be much trouble. We don't get many people passing around here that actually want to stay.
Kendall would find that a
gathered-
bit curious and ask, why do people not really want to stay?
It's a combination of things. This is where Shadowfell. This is the beginning of where it goes from the Feywild a bit closer to the Shadowfell. The Queen of Air and Darkness has a pretty large influence, and so do various creatures of the night. And you may have heard goblins have recently set up a fortress. It's solid, maybe 60, 70 miles away. But they're not of much risk. They kind of just seem to mind their own business, unlike usual goblins. It's a strange place, and the storms seem to just be ravaging everything.
I see.
Kairos will hand over a piece of paper with everything that everyone wants on it.
All right then. Please do.
Dude,
take seats.
wait. Mine just says charred meat with a cup of water.
At this point, he may be human, but he's seen all of the weird shit to the point where he doesn't even need to know your race. He's just okay. Why not?
And
Classic.
also,
Although when he is making it, I'll say the more perceptive of you are very quickly able to recognize he feels like it's a waste of meat.
Also at this point, Kairos will walk up to what's his name?
Malin.
No, Meb's character.
Do.
New.
New, also
Or slash
known as
Boo.
Moo.
Or Boo.
How do you forget
we'll
Moo?
walk up to Moo and ask, "What are you?"
Oh, wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
And at that point, he will then use Lesser Legend Lore at
I
second
want-
level
Okay, here's the issue.
on him.
For New to figure this out, he needs to roll Arcana.
Oh.
I want Moo's Arcana
Is
versus your deception.
Can you beat a 17, Lachlan?
Unless he rolls a straight nat
See,
1 and he rolls
I
an
would need to
18
roll
or
a nat
above, I do
1.
not see him winning.
And you would need to roll above an 18.
Well, I just got a natural 20, so
Are you
Oh,
sure?
let's see
Can
what
you
I
show me?
get.
Or is it with physical die?
physical die.
Right.
I mean,
What did you roll, Meb?
let's see. I'm about to hit roll. 25.
Okay.
25. What is the full number on yours, Lachlan?
You said it was just a base 20 roll for me with Legend.
No, I said it was deception.
Hang on.
He's a paladin, so he has good charisma, I would say.
Yeah, but I don't know if
It
it's a
might be
plus
plus.
5. If it's a plus 5, I'll allow it because it is a nat 20. But if it's anything else, I will say
It's a plus
No.
4.
it's plus
Oh.
4. So never.
One under.
By one.
One under.
I will say this. You feel. I'm not gonna say that you realize this thing's old. Much older than anyone else in your group. You see, time and time, you go back, it's still dressed, same clothing, same everything, same confusing attitude. Maybe as it slowly decreases in witch skill or in wizard skill, and I will say, New, you will realize what he is doing. Will you do anything to break his concentration?
Can I just use shape water to splash water on his face?
Go ahead. I will say that, yeah. How much water do you shape?
Uh,
Well, you can
wait a
only
second.
shape a cubic meter of it.
But that's still a
Yeah,
lot.
oh,
of
water.
only a cubic
It's a
meter.
five-
You have any
It's a-
idea how
it's
much
a-
that actually
Do
is?
you know how much a cubic meter is?
It's a
Lachlan?
5-foot cube.
Yeah, it's a 5 cube. That's even more, but even then, that is still. Oh god.
Will
know
I
what,
have
let's
to
go with
roll
Howard.
concentration?
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have. Okay, cool. So are you gonna how much of the 5 by 5 foot cube are you going to cast, or 5 by 5 by
Considering where
5?
we're at, am I able to even gather that much water?
Is it shape water, not create water?
Yeah, it's shaped water.
You're next to a dock.
I
think
will
they
say
have
you're
enough
able to
water.
gather up what's it called, from an empty soup bowl nearby.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
sure,
gonna
I'll
be
just-
fun.
Is that hot water or?
It is
Oh.
lukewarm now, considering the person who was originally eating the soup seems to have left.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just throw that at his face.
Okay, so you are knocked out of your lesson legend lore, as it hits as seemingly old chicken soup hits your face, or what smells like old chicken soup. You don't know what bird this actually is.
I'm a bird. Why would you do that?
And I will say, as it hits the ground, you can see Malin just looks confused, and Glaciel just looks as confused and just waves her hand, casts Create or Destroy Water, and the soup seems to just be gone. And just
Thanks,
looks at Malin and says,
Glaciel.
and just says, "Sorry." Yeah, no. And Malin just sees it's cleaned up and just gives you guys a mean look, and then
Look at the
just
bartender look.
yeah, and then just sits down. Now, say at this point, you guys all sit down, and I'll say a strange woman walks in. Woman, maybe,
How
or
strange.
unsure.
How strange.
Any
I
magic
would
for it?
like a group perception roll.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Who has the
Everyone?
best
Okay.
perception?
A group. So
Me and
everyone,
Kamala.
and I'll
Everyone
pick
rolled it?
everyone, and I'll pick the average.
Surprisingly, I have a +2 to wisdom. That's actually shocking to me. I think
21.
You
So
asked
one of-
for
That's a 12.
perception?
Never mind.
Yeah, perception. Yes, one of my greatest regrets when making Nyx's character sheet is that her perception is dog shit.
I rolled a
I
2,
got it.
It is
so
a
it's
plus
better.
zero.
Corrective lenses.
I got
a
it.
12.
21.
That's
Okay,
a
cool.
24.
Bounce to 10, 15,
12 on my end.
18,
No, I got a
15,
12 too.
15, 16.
I rolled
So
a bit
I'll say that the
high,
average is around the 16. So, as she walks in, you can see Malin firstly recognize her immediately as someone who's passed by here at least once before. And they're talking. I will say you can't hear what they're saying. They're maybe 15 feet apart because they seem to talk quietly. This is not a woman you don't barely even recognize the race. I will say she is she's shaped like a Goliath, like a young Goliath. Maybe 5'11", 6 feet. Seems young, most definitely. Maybe somewhere between the 16 and 18. Someone you genuinely think Glaciel could be friends with. And you see her eyes. It's a very similar way to how what's her name? Lady Trixie's eyes were completely red and emanating with magic. Hers is completely blue and emanating with another feeling of magic. And you smell sorcery,
I think this is a
and
bad
you smell some sort of giant. This is some sort of giant, but they do not feel fayish in the slightest.
Now, do I roll Arcana or do I not roll Arcana?
Arcana.
You do not roll Arcana, no.
Oh man.
Ned, not every. I look at the tree. What is it? I want to roll Arcana.
Could I bump New on the head with my invisible warhammer? My mime warhammer.
No, let's not do
mime.
that. Let's do that after you're no longer covered in chicken soup, because you're still covered in the smell.
Yeah, go take a shower.
So I am going to say this. She looks over, recognizes Ekla, looks at you, realizes she doesn't recognize any of you, doesn't recognize the child either, Glaciel, and just walks over and says, "Oh, you must be new here."
Yes, we are. How
Yep.
How do you do? And they would just offer a
Hello,
handshake.
she'll stick out her hand. Her hand is big, but it's not giant big. It is. What's it called?
My character is not actually gonna say this, but I so thought I knew was gonna say, "How'd you know my name?"
Okay, again, remember, your character is actually intelligent. So I will say that she, as Core immediately sticks out her hand, she sticks out her hand. And I will say this is someone who shakes a hand properly. And I will say this, as she then looks at all of you, shakes Illyria's hand, and says, "Hello, my name is Thanida. I'm a regular around these parts."
Ah, nice to meet you, Anita. I am nobody.
Motherfucker.
You really are just going intentionally for confusing names.
I don't.
You cunt.
So you
I'm
know,
Alarica.
Kairos uses
Oh, yes, no.
prestidigitation on himself.
I'm
You
Alarica.
can do that. Remove the smell. I'll allow it. Yeah.
I am a
And
cool.
I'll say that this I have sent what she looks like in the thing. I'll say she does look a bit taller than this, just because height
Yeah.
doesn't really work in Euroforge.
Huge.
Yeah. I like your outfit. It's very unique.
Thank you. It was given to me by it's not important.
Mine used to
Any collective name? You seem like a traveling party.
Uh,
The Veilwalkers.
What was it? Yeah.
Veilwalkers. I haven't heard of you. I assume you don't operate inside of here.
Not
No, we do
usually.
No, not usually.
this is a
we
rare.
don't.
This is a rare situation for us. to
We're
be
we're
here.
currently here getting me a patron.
Yeah, that
Okay.
explains the whole thing.
Well, fair enough. And well, I think you're in the wrong area.
How so?
Well, I mean, there's no real archfey that'll accept visits here. You might want to go north to Trixie.
We've already spoken with Lady Trixie. We're currently on a little quest that she's set me on.
All right then. Color me curious, and she does seem to take an empty chair from an empty table and just sits down.
Yeah.
She
may I-
seems to sit down. Yeah. Say that again. Say that again, ma'am.
You want me to turn that chair red?
I can turn things red. I hold out.
I
like
could
a
also
bag of
turn
blood.
things
It will be
red.
at this point Kindle would snap or smack you on the back of the head, like shut the fuck up.
Oh, okay.
Aggressive teaching tactics. And I will
Uh,
say this.
He's
Um,
they're actually older than
Lachlan.
all of us.
I will say this. Kairos is very, very quickly able to recognize with this bird. They're only 16, comparatively. They look a bit older due to their size, but you've seen ages before, and this one is young, comparatively.
Mm-hmm.
May I ask you a
please-
question, Thunder?
Yeah, please go right on ahead.
About this archfey that is down here in the south. How you say they're hard to see or don't really take people to see? Why is that?
Well, she hasn't taken any visitors at all. She's in the southwest of the continent, and She seems to be surrounded in the eye of a storm.
I was sure.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Guess we're going
I would like
sailing.
for Kindle to roll insight.
Oh boy.
Well, I was tasked with going and seeing every archfey, if I'm remembering correctly.
Another 15.
Okay. Okay. I want you to. Okay, wait a sec. Yeah. Okay. So I'll say, she seems generally curious as to what's happening. Seems like the kind of person who'll just talk to anyone who comes in here.
Hello, I'm back.
This is pretty relatively. Hey, Map. This is a pretty relatively boring place. And as she goes to speak again, I will say that you all are. What's it called? You all suddenly hear a knock on the tavern door. The tavern door can simply be opened. Do any of you in particular stand up to go there?
Yes, Kairos.
V1 would.
Because they know what possibly
Okay.
this could be.
I will say that Kairos is on the far end of the table being spoken to right now.
Okay.
So I will. Should I say Core? Not Core. Sorry, not Core. Fucking
Illyria.
Illyria.
The race.
Sorry.
Yeah, they'll just.
Their race is Koi, and I'm confusing it. I'm sorry. Illyria.
Yeah.
I will
At
say
this rate, I
you.
think I'm making
oh,
a big
yeah.
core in this land.
That's fine. I'll take that over nobody. What's it called? Okay, so you will walk over to the door quickly, like you just rush over, and you can see that Thanded already stood up. You open the door,
Find these women.
and you see 3 cloaked figures, pale skins, and they say to you, "May we come in?" And as they say that last word, you see that one that said it, their tooth, their fang, is far longer, and that's where I'm gonna end the session.
We have vampires.